there, it's Linda Schiller Hanna again at Inner Kid Keto, segment 86. Today's topic, words matter. I am dressed up as Mother Nature today because I want to share a few messages about the topic of words. I'll start with a way back story when I used to live in Vallejo, California. Lived in a lot of places, you're probably gathering that. And I was going through a particularly lonely period in my life. I had just divorced from my husband and my first husband and didn't have a lot of friends. And I went through the drive-through at Jack in the Box. And at that time, it was the 70s, they had this big clown face of Jack, the clown. And the sign said, "Jack will talk to you." And that was how you gave your order into the kitchen. And I thought, well, at least somebody will. Jack will talk to you. That's how lonely I was. There is research showing that the number one factor in longevity is having friends. More than walking, more than lifestyle, more than money, more than medical care, having friends. Someone you can talk to, connect with, communicate with. Their old saying, to have a friend, be a friend, absolutely still rings true. If you're the shy type, you've got to start reaching out, because you can get overlooked real easy if you just go in the background. Now, if you walk out in an outfit like mine, you're probably not going to be the shy type. I used to be the shy type, but obviously I'm not anymore. And I'm grateful to have a large number of quality friends who I've worked with and developed and nurtured over the years as they have me. Remember Mr. Rogers, will you be my neighbor? Mr. Rogers had a lot of things right. We even have little Linda back here. She's got a friend. And little Linda isn't real picky what her friend looks like, if she's got a green face or big ears, or if she's wearing flowers on her head. Little Linda just loves her friend. Just loves her. So, friends matter. Words matter. And a lot of friendship develops through words. Don't isolate. Talk to people. I've mentioned before the Dear Abby thing for loneliness. Loneliness isn't that you don't know anyone, but that no one knows you. And she says, what you do with shyness is you ask a person 3 questions. What 3 questions, I wondered? Any 3 questions. She says people cannot resist someone showing that much interest in them. Do you come here often? Where'd you get that ring? Do you like the band? Whatever the question. Show interest and listen. There's another important sentence that has stuck with me over the years. Use things, love people, not the reverse. If all of your connections are transactional, what can I get from you? How little can I give you back to get a whole bunch from you? That's not friendship. That's using people. You open your heart to people. You make a heart connection. You look them in the eyes. You stay present. You show up. When they're going through a hard time, you call and check in. Is there something I can do? Can I bring you a casserole? Can I go to the grocery store for you? A lot of the people that passed away, thousands, millions, died through COVID. How many of them died because somebody just didn't check on them? We'll never know, will we? But you be that person that cares. You reach out. Not to the point of losing your own life and your own time, but developing friendships is a very valuable thing. Okay. I'm going to talk about something really important. And that's why I've got this outfit on. As you may have gathered, I spend quite a bit of time watching YouTube. I happen to love YouTube. I don't do TV hardly ever because YouTube is more fascinating to me. And there is a website, or there's a title is Panda is Pure on YouTube. And the title is Koko, the Last Talking Gorilla. And it's only less than a minute. I hope you look it up because it's more powerful in her words. But she was raised in San Francisco, and a caretaker taught her to talk with sign language. And I wrote down every single word that she said, her dying words. She says, I am gorilla, I am flowers, animals, I am nature. Man, Koko love. Earth, Koko love. But man stupid, Koko sorry. Koko cry. Time hurry. Fix earth. Help earth. Nature see you. Hurry. Protect earth. Thank you. You know, the great apes are only like one chromosome separate from man in their brain and their makeup. It's a natural progression. There's several videos with Koko. He was with Robin Williams in one of them. Do yourself a favor and look up the stuff about Koko and hear those words from herself with her sign. It's very moving. Now, the reason that I'm talking about these things is that my husband gave me an idea the other day, and he said, why don't you read this to the group? And I said, I don't know. But I woke up this morning and I thought, he's right. These words were brought into my life, it was probably about 22, and I'm 77, so 55 years, they still ring true for me. Maybe you've heard them, maybe you haven't, but it's this: Desiderata. Go placidly amid the noise and the haste, and remember what peace there may be in silence. As far as possible, without surrender, be on good terms with all persons. Speak your truth quietly and clearly, and listen to others, even to the dull and ignorant. They too have their story. Avoid loud and aggressive persons. They are vexations to the spirit. If you compare yourself with others, you may become vain or bitter, for always there will be greater and lesser persons than yourself. Enjoy your achievements as well as your plans. Keep interested in your own career, however humble. It is a real possession in the changing fortunes of time. Exercise caution in your business affairs, for the world is full of trickery. But let this not blind you to what virtue there is. Many persons strive for high ideals, and everywhere life is full of heroism. Be yourself, especially do not feign affection. Neither be cynical about love, for in the face of all aridity, A-R-I-D-I-T-Y, and disenchantment, it is perennial as the grass. Take kindly the counsel of the years, gracefully surrendering the things of youth. Nurture strength of spirit to shield you in sudden misfortune, but do not distress yourself with dark imaginings. Many fears are born of fatigue and loneliness. Beyond a wholesome discipline, be gentle with yourself. You are a child of the universe, no less than the trees and the stars. You have a right to be here. And whether or not it is clear to you, no doubt the universe is unfolding as it should. Therefore, be at peace with God, whatever you conceive him to be. And whatever your labors and aspirations in the noisy confusion of life, keep peace in your soul. With all its sham, drudgery, and broken dreams, it is still a beautiful world. Be cheerful. Strive to be happy. Again, that's Desiderata, Desiderata. And I'm sure you can find that online as well. I want to go back one more step. I was the firstborn of the 3 kids that I raised with my mom and dad. And I mentioned before how when we moved to Salem, the house was fully furnished. I mean, everything, silverware, books, everything. On the shelves of that house were these primers, these basic readers for little children. This one is copyright 1900. Little words like, I like a kitty. I like a dog. Can you feed a dog? I can feed a kitty. Can you see Rover? Can you see Mama? Can you see a baby? Can you see a dog? Can you see a kitty? Mama feeds Rover. And it goes on like that. Being the oldest child, my mother taught me to read before I went to grade school out of these books. So I had an advantage the minute I walked through the front door because I was already reading. Because the school was just being built, it was Grant School. It was under construction. They didn't have kindergarten, so I went directly to first grade. And I already had the advantage of knowing how to read some. I talked the other day with my little sister, Teresa. By then, she was the 3rd child, and our family was pretty chaotic by then. She said, when I went to school, I didn't know anything about reading. Nobody talked to me. Mom didn't, I didn't even have good language skills. I was in speech therapy for 3 years. She said, how did you learn to read? And I said, well, Mom taught me out of the primers. And I realized Mom didn't teach her out of the primers. Michelle Obama has said over and over, read to your children. Read with your children. Words matter. That's all I'm going to say today. I've said a few words here, but I hope you look up Koko the Gorilla. I hope you look Desiderata, if that's interesting to you. And read to your kids. And more than anything, make friends. If you want longevity and happiness, make friends. You deserve them. You're a wonderful person, and people are missing out by not knowing you. God bless. Have a great day. Bye-bye for now.